the industry tried to do creative with certain technologies, and it was just never quite what it needed to be. Whereas on the flip side, so I think where the industry faltered on the sort of creative technology, it made up for on the foundational targeting pipe connection technology. So like if you want to do programmatic advertising, it's amazing what we can do. We can collect insights from tens of thousands of people in seconds, put it into audiences, port it into, a different platform, send it to the customer. They can immediately be targeting them with other things. So a lot of that piping that we spent most of our technology on, like optimizing, should I show Jeff this ad or this ad and why, and kind of like figure it out, like the probability that you'll will convert on any one of those, and tons of that sort of framework is laid out there, and there's some very sophisticated tools. If you try to use Google AdWords, the damn thing is, even I'm confused sometimes. Or Facebook advertising, marketers that execute campaigns have to be very tool savvy. But that's where a lot of us have spent most of our focus on that technology, because creative was very difficult. But what AI can do now to generate beautiful imagery on the fly with very few prompts. I mean, imagine if you're browsing the New York Times or some other website or whatever, Motor Trend, and in real time, there's certain information that the publisher knows about you. What device are you on? Where are you in the world? What else do we know about you based on the other data sources we have access to? Maybe you're reading an article about, the latest supercar. You could have one of these AIs generate on the fly. You could literally almost like imagine like a reverse prompt where it's asking, hey, I have a person, hypothetically, ChatGPT, I'm this blog, and the person's reading an article about this, and here's what I know about them. What would be an ad that, here's like the foundational elements of it. Maybe I want, I'm Ford, and I want to show them the new Ford Mustang, and I want an ad that like just that you think, knowing the entire corpus of human knowledge and at least the entirety of all psychological literature that's ever been written, what do you think Jeff would like in this case? And it'll go, here's your ad for you. So I think that as a 5-year out reality is not impossible if we don't run into like an S-curve problem with some of this stuff. So personalized advertising at scale, and will make marketers' lives for creative amazing. And I'm sure you've heard of so many people that are using it now. You could say, I need my next 5 blog posts. This is available today. It's like, I want to write a blog post about this. It's like, here's a blog post. Like, nah, I want it to be about this instead. Here it goes. Yeah, but I want it in the style of Shakespeare. Here you go. No, but I want every word to begin with the letter B. And every third word with an S. It's like, here you go. And they can be pumping out those articles, one article about this or that. So funny enough, again, we won't have enough time to talk about this, but I think the industry will run into a little bit of a challenge of garbage content, which is websites that will prop up very quickly, and low quality YouTube channels and low quality websites and publishers where it's just AI generated content, just kind of creating this massive amount of generic like text, gaming the SEO engines and just kind of funneling people to it. But over time, I think we'll find a solution to that where we get into a more interesting realm where marketers are using it to help them with their marketing strategy. Even today, you could ask it, if you're an entrepreneur, you could probably go to ChatGPT and say, I'm starting this kind of business. Give me like an MBA level business strategy that's actually quite sound, that covers all the areas. And it'll do that. It'll actually do that.